So good morning all. Before we start, Albert is here.
Yes, ma'am.
Why didn't you submit your homework?
Am I submitted?
You did not submit.
Okay, ma'am. I will check it and do it again. It
No,
might be a
no need.
mistake.
You will be marked as absent. There is no consideration, Albert.
Okay, ma'am.
Ansil
Mark
also,
it as
Mohammad
absent.
Ansil also will be marked as absent. I have already told you that if you don't submit your homework, you will be marked as absent for 1 hour. So that is the penalty that you have to pay for being irresponsible. So you can message your attendance in the chat, and Vidyamas has something to say regarding the lab. So first she will take the class, after that I will continue. So Vidyamas, please.
Good morning. Am I audible?
Yes, ma'am.
ഓക്കെ നിങ്ങളുടെ ലാബിന്റെ റെക്കോർഡ് ചെക്ക് ചെയ്തിട്ടുണ്ടായിരുന്നു ആൻഡ് പ്രോഗ്രാം നമ്പർ 6 ആണ് ഞാൻ ലാസ്റ്റ് ചെക്ക് ചെയ്തത്. ആൻഡ് അതിൽ കറക്ഷൻ ഉണ്ടായിരുന്നോണ്ടാണ് ഞാൻ നിങ്ങൾക്ക് വാട്സപ്പിൽ മെസ്സേജ് ചെയ്തത് ദാറ്റ് യു ഹാവ് ടു കറക്റ്റ് അൽഗോരിതം. അൽഗോരിതത്തിൽ നിങ്ങൾക്ക് ഞാൻ തന്നെ എടുത്ത ക്ലാസ്സിന്റെ ലിങ്ക് ഞാൻ ഷെയർ ചെയ്തിട്ടുണ്ടായിരുന്നു. അത് നോക്കിയിട്ട് നിങ്ങൾ അൽഗോരിതം കറക്റ്റ് ചെയ്യാൻ പറഞ്ഞിട്ടുണ്ടായിരുന്നു. ഐ ഡോണ്ട് തിങ്ക് യു പീപ്പിൾ ഹാവ് കറക്റ്റഡ്. ഞാൻ രണ്ടാമത് ഇന്ന് രാവിലെ നോക്കുമ്പോഴത്തേക്കും ദ സെയിം തിങ് തന്നെയാണ് അതിനകത്തുള്ളത്. മാർക്ക് അതിനകത്ത് കുറച്ചിട്ട് ഈച്ച് ആൻഡ് എവറി പേഴ്സൺ കമന്റ് എഴുതാന്നുണ്ടെങ്കിൽ ഇറ്റ് ഇസ് ഡിഫിക്കൽട്ട് ഫോർ മീ ബിക്കോസ് എവറി വൺ ഡിഡ് ഡിഫറെന്റ് മിസ്റ്റേക്സ്. നിങ്ങൾ ഒരു കാര്യം നോക്കുക, അൽഗോരിതം എഴുതുന്ന സമയത്ത് ഫസ്റ്റ്, അതായത് അതിന് തൊട്ട് മുന്നത്തെ പ്രോഗ്രാം ഞാൻ ഓൾമോസ്റ്റ് എവറി വൺ ഞാൻ കമന്റ് ചെയ്തിട്ടുണ്ടായിരുന്നു. യു മെയ്ഡ് മിസ്റ്റേക്ക് ഇൻ നെസ്റ്റഡ് ഇഫ്. നെസ്റ്റഡ് ഇഫ് യൂസ് ചെയ്യുകയാണെങ്കിൽ ഒരു കണ്ടിന്യൂസ് ആയിട്ടാണ് നിങ്ങൾ അൽഗോരിതത്തിനകത്ത് ഇഫ് കറക്റ്റ് ആണെങ്കിൽ ഡു ദിസ്, നോ ആണെങ്കിൽ ഡു ദിസ്, ഇങ്ങനെ പറഞ്ഞ് കണ്ടിന്യൂസ് നിങ്ങൾ സ്റ്റെപ്പ് വൈസ് എഴുതിപ്പോയി. സോ ആക്ച്വലി യു ഡിഡ് യുവർ പ്രോഗ്രാം ഇൻ നെസ്റ്റഡ് ഇഫ് മാനർ. സോ നെസ്റ്റഡ് ഇഫ് ആകുമ്പോഴത്തേക്ക് ഒരു ഇഫിനുള്ളിലാണ് നെക്സ്റ്റ് വരുന്ന നെക്സ്റ്റ് കണ്ടീഷൻ വരുന്നത്. സോ അത് കറക്റ്റ് ആയിട്ട് നെക്സ്റ്റ് ചെയ്യണമെങ്കിൽ യു വിൽ ഹാവ് ടു പുട്ട് സബ് സ്റ്റെപ്സ്. സ്റ്റെപ്പ് 6ലാണ് ഒരു ഇഫ് സ്റ്റാർട്ട് ചെയ്യണമെങ്കിൽ ഇഫ് യു ആർ പുട്ടിംഗ് സം അതർ ഇഫ് ഇൻസൈഡ് ദ സെയിം ഇഫ് ആണെന്നുണ്ടെങ്കിൽ യു വിൽ ഹാവ് ടു യൂസ് സ്റ്റെപ്പ് 6.1. അതർവൈസ് അതിനുള്ളിൽ ഇഫ് ആണെന്നൊന്നും മനസ്സിലാവില്ല. ഏതൊക്കെയോ ഇഫിന്റെ എൽസ് പാർട്ട് നോ പാർട്ട് താഴേക്ക് വരുന്നുണ്ട്. സോ അത് കറക്റ്റ് ആയിട്ട് നെക്സ്റ്റ് ചെയ്തെടുക്കാൻ പറ്റുന്നുണ്ടായിരുന്നില്ല. ദാറ്റ് വാസ് ദ മിസ്റ്റേക്ക് യു മെയ്ഡ് ഇൻ ദാറ്റ് പ്രോഗ്രാം. അപ്പൊ 6th പ്രോഗ്രാം എന്ന് പറയുന്നത് ഇറ്റ് ഈസ് ആക്ച്വലി ഈസി വൺ. നിങ്ങൾ ഓൾറെഡി ആ വീഡിയോ കണ്ടിട്ടുണ്ടായിരുന്നെങ്കിൽ നിങ്ങൾ അങ്ങനെ ഒരു മിസ്റ്റേക്ക് അതിനകത്ത് വരത്തില്ലായിരുന്നു. മെജോറിറ്റി ആൾക്കാർ ചെയ്തേക്കുന്നത്, അതായത് ഒരുവിധ അൽഗോരിതം കറക്റ്റ് ആയിട്ട് എഴുതിയിട്ടുള്ള ആൾക്കാർ ചെയ്തിരിക്കുന്ന മിസ്റ്റേക്ക് എന്ന് പറയുന്നത് നിങ്ങൾ റിപ്പീറ്റ് എഴുതിയിട്ടുണ്ട്. റിപ്പീറ്റ് ഏത് സ്റ്റെപ്പ് മുതൽ ഏത് സ്റ്റെപ്പ് വരെ എന്ന് ഞാൻ എങ്ങനെ അറിയാം? ജസ്റ്റ് റിപ്പീറ്റ് സ്റ്റേറ്റ്മെന്റ് ഇസ് ദർ. റിപ്പീറ്റ് അൺടിൽ a is not equal to 0. I think that is the statement you have written. അതിനകത്ത് ഏത് സ്റ്റെപ്പ് മുതൽ ഏത് സ്റ്റെപ്പ് വരെ ഞാൻ റിപ്പീറ്റ് ചെയ്യേണ്ടതെന്ന് വിചാരിക്കേണ്ടത്, അത് നിങ്ങളുടെ മനസ്സിലിരുന്നിട്ട് കാര്യമില്ല. വിച്ച് സ്റ്റെപ്പ് യു നീഡ് ടു റിപ്പീറ്റ് എന്നുള്ളത് കറക്റ്റ് ആയിട്ട്, അതായത് വാട്ട് എവർ സ്റ്റെപ്സ് യു പുട്ട് ഇൻസൈഡ് ദ ലൂപ്പ്, ദാറ്റ് സ്റ്റെപ്സ് ഹാസ് ടു ബി റിപ്പീറ്റഡ്. ലൂപ്പിനുള്ളിൽ വരുന്ന ബ്ലോക്ക് മാത്രം നിങ്ങൾക്ക് റിപ്പീറ്റ് ചെയ്താൽ മതി. അതർ സ്റ്റേറ്റ്മെന്റ് നീഡ് നോട്ട് റിപ്പീറ്റ്. സോ ആ സ്റ്റേറ്റ്മെന്റ്സ് വരുന്ന സ്റ്റെപ്പ് നമ്പർ ഫ്രം വേർ ടു വേർ എന്നുള്ളത് യു ഹാവ് ടു സ്പെസിഫൈ കറക്റ്റ്ലി. അതർവൈസ് അതെങ്ങനെയാ മനസ്സിലാവുക? അത് ഒന്നാമത്തെ മിസ്റ്റേക്ക്, വൺ മിസ്റ്റേക്ക്. അതർ വൺ എന്ന് പറയുന്നത് നിങ്ങൾ അണ്ടിൽ, ഞാൻ ആ വീഡിയോ കണ്ടിട്ടുണ്ടോ എന്ന് എനിക്കറിയില്ല. കണ്ടിട്ടുണ്ടെങ്കിൽ കറക്റ്റ് ആയിട്ട് ഞാൻ സ്പെസിഫൈ ചെയ്തിട്ടുണ്ട്. അണ്ടിൽ എന്ന് പറയുന്ന സ്റ്റേറ്റ്മെന്റ് എന്ന് പറയുന്നത് സം ഇവന്റ് ട്രിഗർ ചെയ്യുമ്പോഴത്തേക്ക് യു ഹാവ് ടു എക്സിക്യൂട്ട് ദ സ്റ്റെപ്പ്. അതാണ് അൺടിലിന്റെ മീനിങ്. നിങ്ങൾ റിപ്പീറ്റ് അൺടിൽ എന്ന് പറഞ്ഞ് കൊടുത്തു കഴിഞ്ഞാൽ നിങ്ങൾ കൊടുക്കുന്ന കണ്ടീഷൻ മെറ്റ് ചെയ്യുമ്പോഴത്തേക്ക് യു ഹാവ് ടു സ്റ്റോപ്പ് ദാറ്റ് റിപ്പീറ്റ്. അതാണ് അതിന്റെ മീനിങ് വരിക. അപ്പൊ അതുകൊണ്ട് അതിനകത്ത് വീഡിയോയിൽ ഞാൻ സ്പെസിഫൈ ചെയ്ത് പറഞ്ഞിട്ടുണ്ടായിരുന്നു, റിപ്പീറ്റ് സ്റ്റെപ്പ് എഴുതുമ്പോൾ എപ്പോഴും നിങ്ങൾ എക്സിറ്റ് കണ്ടീഷൻ ആണ് അവിടെ എഴുതി കൊടുക്കേണ്ടത്. ലൂപ്പിനുള്ളിൽ നിങ്ങൾ എപ്പോഴും എഴുതുന്ന ട്രൂ കണ്ടീഷൻ ആയിരിക്കും. കാരണം ലൂപ്പ് എക്സിക്യൂട്ട് ചെയ്യേണ്ടത് ട്രൂ, ആ കണ്ടീഷൻ ട്രൂ ആകുമ്പോഴാണ് ലൂപ്പ് എക്സിക്യൂട്ട് ചെയ്യേണ്ടത്. സോ ലൂപ്പിനുള്ളിൽ നിങ്ങൾ എന്ത് കണ്ടീഷൻ എഴുതുന്നു അതിന്റെ റിവേഴ്സ് കണ്ടീഷനെ നിങ്ങൾ അവിടെ അൽഗോരിതത്തിൽ എഴുതാൻ പാടുള്ളൂ. ബിക്കോസ് അൺടിൽ അല്ലെങ്കിൽ ടിൽ എന്ന് നിങ്ങൾ എഴുതി കഴിഞ്ഞാൽ മീൻ ചെയ്യുന്നത് ആ കണ്ടീഷൻ മീറ്റ് ചെയ്യുമ്പോൾ അവിടെ നിങ്ങൾ സ്റ്റോപ്പ് ചെയ്യണമെന്നാണ് മീൻ ചെയ്യുന്നത്. സോ അവിടെ ഇപ്പൊ നിങ്ങൾ എഴുതിയിരിക്കുന്ന അനുസരിച്ചിട്ടാണെങ്കിൽ നിങ്ങളുടെ ലൂപ്പ് ആകെ ഒരു പ്രാവശ്യം എക്സിക്യൂട്ട് ചെയ്യില്ല, കാരണം ആ കണ്ടീഷൻ ഓൾറെഡി മെറ്റ് ആവും. അപ്പോഴത്തേക്ക് അതിന്ന് സ്കിപ്പ് ആവും. സോ ഈ കാര്യങ്ങൾ കൃത്യമായിട്ട് ഞാൻ അതിനകത്ത് പറഞ്ഞിട്ടുണ്ട്. ഐ ഡോണ്ട് തിങ്ക് യു പീപ്പിൾ ഹാവ് സീൻ ദാറ്റ്. ഐ ഡോണ്ട് നോ. ഇനി നിങ്ങൾക്ക് അത് കറക്റ്റ് ചെയ്യാനുള്ള ഒരു ഓപ്ഷൻ ഇല്ല. ഞാൻ മാർക്ക് ഇട്ട് തുടങ്ങി. സോ പ്രോഗ്രാം നമ്പർ 6ന്റെ മാർക്ക് നിങ്ങൾക്ക് പോകും. അൽഗോരിതത്തിന് മിസ് ഓൾറെഡി നിങ്ങൾക്ക് ഷെയർ ചെയ്തിട്ടുണ്ട് നിങ്ങളുടെ മാർക്ക് ഡിസ്ട്രിബ്യൂഷൻ എന്താണെന്നുള്ളത്. നീറ്റായിട്ട് എഴുതിയിട്ടില്ല എന്നുണ്ടെങ്കിൽ ഡെഫിനറ്റ്ലി യു ലോസ് 4 മാർക്സ്. അതുപോലെ തന്നെ അൽഗോരിതം കറക്റ്റ് അല്ലെന്നുണ്ടെങ്കിൽ യു ലോസ് 4 മാർക്സ്. സോ അതുകൊണ്ട് അൽഗോരിതം എക്സാമിനും നിങ്ങൾക്ക് ഫസ്റ്റ് മൊഡ്യൂളിന്റെ പാർട്ടായിട്ട് വരുന്ന പോർഷൻ ആണ് അൽഗോരിതം. ആൻഡ് എക്സാം ഇറ്റ് സെൽഫ് നിങ്ങൾക്ക് അൽഗോരിതം എഴുതാനുള്ള ക്വസ്റ്റ്യൻസ് ഉണ്ടാവും. സോ അവിടെയും നിങ്ങൾ ഇതേ രീതിയിൽ എഴുതി വെക്കുകയാണെങ്കിൽ നിങ്ങളുടെ മാർക്സ് അവിടെയും പോവും. സോ ഇനിയുള്ള അൽഗോരിതം ആഫ്റ്റർ പ്രോഗ്രാം നമ്പർ 6 കഴിഞ്ഞിട്ടുള്ളതെങ്കിലും വൃത്തിയിൽ എഴുതിയിട്ട് സബ്മിറ്റ് ചെയ്യാൻ നോക്കാം. ഞാനിപ്പോ 6th വരെ എത്തിയിട്ടുള്ളൂ. വേണമെങ്കിൽ നിങ്ങൾക്ക് ചേഞ്ച് ചെയ്യാനുള്ള ഓപ്ഷൻസ് ഉണ്ട്. ഞാനത് നോക്കുന്നത് വരെ. ഇനിയെങ്കിലും നിങ്ങൾ മര്യാദയ്ക്ക് നോക്കി മര്യാദയ്ക്ക് പഠിച്ചതിന് ശേഷം അൽഗോരിതം എഴുത്. അൽഗോരിതം അറിയാന്നുള്ള കുറെ ആൾക്കാരുണ്ട്. ബട്ട് സ്റ്റിൽ നിങ്ങളും കുറച്ച് ചില കാര്യങ്ങൾ മിസ്റ്റേക്ക് വരുത്തുന്നുണ്ട്. പിന്നെ കുറച്ച് ആൾക്കാർ അതിനകത്ത് എഴുതിയിട്ടുള്ളത് റിവേഴ്സ് ദ നമ്പർ. റിവേഴ്സ് ദ നമ്പർ എന്ന് പറഞ്ഞ് എഴുതി വെച്ച് കഴിഞ്ഞാൽ എന്ത് സ്റ്റെപ്പ് എഴുതുന്ന നിങ്ങൾ പ്രോഗ്രാമിൽ വെറുതെ റിവേഴ്സ് ദ നമ്പർ എന്ന് എഴുതി വെച്ച് കഴിഞ്ഞാൽ നിങ്ങൾക്ക് റിവേഴ്സ് കിട്ടും. നമ്പർ റിവേഴ്സ് ചെയ്യണമെങ്കിൽ അല്ലെങ്കിൽ എന്ത് ചെയ്യണമെങ്കിൽ അതിന് കുറച്ച് സ്റ്റെപ്സ് ഉണ്ട്. നിങ്ങൾ ആ സെയിം സ്റ്റെപ്സ് എന്താണോ നിങ്ങൾ പ്രോഗ്രാമിൽ എക്സിക്യൂട്ട് ചെയ്യുന്നത് ദാറ്റ് ഹാസ് ടു ബി റിട്ടൺ ഇൻ ദ അൽഗോരിതം ഓൾസോ. ഇനി അൽഗോരിതത്തില് നിങ്ങൾ എഴുതുന്ന ഫോളോയിങ് സ്റ്റെപ്സ് എന്ന് പറയുന്നത് നിങ്ങൾ നമ്പർ റിവേഴ്സ് ചെയ്യേണ്ടതാണെങ്കിൽ അതവിടെ സ്റ്റേറ്റ്മെന്റ് ആയിട്ട് നമ്പർ റിവേഴ്സ് ചെയ്യാൻ പോകുന്ന സ്റ്റെപ്സ് ആണ് നിങ്ങൾ ഫോളോയിങ് സ്റ്റെപ്സ് കൊണ്ട് മീൻ ചെയ്യണമെന്ന് അൽഗോരിതത്തിൽ എഴുതി വെക്കേണ്ട ആവശ്യമില്ല. അൽഗോരിതത്തില് വാട്ട് എവർ തിങ്സ് യു ആർ ഡൂയിങ് ഇൻ, അതായത് എന്തൊക്കെ സ്റ്റെപ്സ് ആണോ നിങ്ങൾ പ്രോഗ്രാമിൽ എക്സിക്യൂട്ട് ചെയ്യാൻ ഉദ്ദേശിക്കുന്നത് ദാറ്റ് സ്റ്റെപ്സ്, ആ സ്റ്റെപ്സ് എന്താണോ അത് കറക്റ്റ് ആയിട്ട് അൽഗോരിതം എഴുതുന്ന മാനറിൽ എഴുതുക. അല്ലാതെ അവിടെ നിങ്ങൾ സ്റ്റേറ്റ്മെന്റ് ആയിട്ട് യു ആർ ഗോയിങ് ടു ഡു ദിസ് എന്ന് പറഞ്ഞ് എഴുതി വെക്കേണ്ട ആവശ്യമില്ല. ഐ തിങ്ക് യു പീപ്പിൾ അണ്ടർസ്റ്റുഡ് ദ തിങ്. അവർക്ക് മനസ്സിലായെങ്കിൽ ഓക്കെ. എനിക്ക് ഇത്രയും കാര്യങ്ങളാണ് പറയാനുള്ളത്. ഇഫ് യു ഹാവ് എനി ഡൗട്ട് റിഗാർഡിംഗ് ദ അൽഗോരിതം യു ക്യാൻ ആസ്ക് മീ.
So if there is anyone who has any kind of doubts, you can clarify that right now.
ഇല്ല, ആർക്കും പ്രശ്നമൊന്നുമില്ല. എനിക്ക് എല്ലാവർക്കും അറിയാമെന്ന് വിചാരിക്കുന്നു. ഓക്കെ മിസ്, ആർക്കും ഡൗട്ട് ഇല്ല എന്നുണ്ടെങ്കിൽ ഐ തിങ്ക് ഐ ക്യാൻ ലീവ്. ഐ മീൻ ലീവ്.
Okay, miss.
Okay, thank you.
So we'll start the class. So we are going to start with module 3. So I'll give you a scenario first. Suppose I want to know or I want to do something with your ages. Okay. So I think you are 61. So just a second. So your strength is 61, right? So I need to store all your age. Okay. So if I ask you to do a program like this, I want all of you to do a program and it should sort your ages in the ascending order. So I'm asking you to do a program where I want you to record your ages and you have to display the output in the ascending order. So what will you do? What kind of data structure that you can use here? So if anyone knows the answer, you can unmute and speak. Or should I ask anyone? So why no response? Normally, what would you do? Based on what I've taught. Still no response? So age will say we have to store it as integers. Okay. So still no response. Now you forgot C after some 2 days of holidays. So people who know programming need not say anything. Others who are learning for the first time. Till now, how we have done the program? What did we use? Yeah, there is one person here. Before we start, just a second. Nigel, why are you late? Nigel. So if you have any kind of network issues, you're supposed to inform me before the class so that I'll be aware of it. So Matthew has correctly said that it should be variables. Okay. So I would have used 61 different variables, right? Okay. So till here, is it okay? If it is okay, please message in the chat. So I am going to store each of your ages. And if I have to store that, I'll have to use 61 different variables. Okay. So if I have to do a program like this, it won't be very comfortable, right? I have to have 61 different variables in my program means it won't be a suitable scenario. So in order to overcome situations like this, we have something called as an array. So you already know that there are different data types. So array, we have already seen a fundamental data types, that is integers, floats, characters, and void. And we have something called as derived data types. So derived data types, you have something called as arrays. So this is what we'll be learning, the importance of arrays. Again, you have user defined, that is enum, structures and unions, that we'll see later. So anyway, we're going to see the use of arrays. So in the example that I have given you right now, only this is enough. That is, in order to store your ages, I need to declare an integer because my type is supposed to be integer. I need to give a name and I need to specify how many. So have you understood? So I have to store 61 ages. So that is why I have given within square bracket the size. So is it okay? Have you understood? So this would be my syntax. I need to specify whatever is the data type. I need to give an array name. Then I need to specify the size within square brackets and I need to put a semicolon. So that would be the declaration for my array. Okay. So I guess it is okay. So now we'll see what are arrays. So arrays, it's a fixed size sequence collection of elements of the same data type. So it can be used to represent a list of numbers or a list of names. An array is defined as the collection of similar type of data items. So it is called as homogeneous data items. So suppose I was to store something which does not have similar type of data items, then it would be called what kind of data items? I hope you got my question. So array can use only, it can only store similar type of data items. So what is the opposite of homogeneous? If anyone knows, you can message in the chat or you can unmute and speak. What is the opposite of homogeneous collection? Yeah, correct, Dilna. It would be heterogeneous. Yeah. So you know that. So array, it can store only similar type of data. That is, if I am going to store integers, all the locations should be of integers. If I'm going to store a float, all the locations would store only a float. Okay. So it would store only homogeneous data items. The array is the simplest data structure where each data element can be randomly accessed by using its index number. So you have something called as an index. We'll see what is it. So before I start with arrays, I just want you to know what are the advantages and the disadvantages of having arrays. So one of the advantages is code optimization. That is, only less code is required to access the data. Then you have ease of traversing. That is, by using a loop, you can retrieve the elements of the array easily. So suppose I want to get the age of, say, roll number 5. I would just use this. Okay, so this would give me the data corresponding to roll number 5. So I have used stage 4. The reason is that the first location for an array would be 0. So the first location, that is for first roll number, I think it is Abhinav. So this would be his age. The second is for roll number 2. Okay, so array index always starts from 0. So that is why I have written 4 for roll number 5. So you can, by using that for loop, we can retrieve the elements of an array easily. Then you have ease of sorting. That is, to sort the elements of the array, we need a few lines of code only. Then you can randomly access. That is what I have shown. You can randomly access any element in the array. So if I want to say, if I want to access, say, location 60, I just want to give this within my square bracket. So this would give me the last location. So is it okay? Advantages, have you understood? So Atulya is okay, Adil is okay. Okay, Vishnu. Okay. So, but there is some disadvantage. That is what I have told in the beginning. That is, you need to specify a size. So that is the disadvantage of arrays. So here it can have only a fixed size. That is, whatever the size we can define at the time of the declaration of the array, we can't exceed that limit. So it doesn't grow dynamically. That is, I have already told you that I have to store, say, your ages. So I'll be declaring an array like this. Suppose one more student has come to the class, but I cannot increase that in between my program. Okay, so I need to have a fixed size at the beginning itself. So that is the disadvantage of arrays. So arrays can be of different types. It can be one-dimensional, it can be two-dimensional, it can be multi-dimensional. So in today's class, we will be covering this one-dimensional array. So one-dimensional arrays means, again, I have told you that arrays must be declared before they are used so that the compiler can allocate space for them in the memory. So the syntax is, you need to specify whatever is the data type, you need to give a name for the array, and you need to specify the size within square brackets. So don't forget it. It should be a square bracket, and after that you have to put a semicolon. So as I have already told you, the type would specify the type of the element that will be contained in the array. It can be int, float, or character. And the size would indicate the maximum number of elements that can be stored inside the array. So a list of items can be given one variable name using only one subscript variable or a one-dimensional array. So here I have given an example, that is int marks of 6. So suppose I want to store the marks of 6 subjects. I can give it like this. So it will create something like this. Okay. So here I have already initialized the values. So anyway, this would be called as marks. Okay. The name is marks. This index is 0. So suppose I want to get the first mark, I should say marks of 0. So marks of 0 would get me the first element. Similar to that, this is not A, this 0. So this is location 1, this is location 2, this is 3, this is 4, and this is 5. So these are the indexes that are associated with the array. Okay, so I can get any of the location. Like if I want to say the aim is to display the 76, I would say what? Marks of 3. Okay, so that will give me 76 because that is a location. So remember that the array index would start from a 0. So, and 80, 85, 70, 76, 90, and 84, those are the elements that are stored in the array. So you can see that the type is int. So I can only store integer values into my array. So if you have understood the concept, you can message in the chat. So please do message in the chat. It's a one-dimensional array. So, okay. So now we'll see how to initialize the arrays. So there are two ways by which you can initialize values into the arrays. That is, either you can initialize them at compile time or you can initialize them at runtime. So compile time and runtime. So compile time means during the time of compilation itself. Runtime means when you're executing the program. So first we'll see how you can initialize it during compilation. So this is how you can do it. That is the data type. Then you have to specify whatever is the name of that array. And within the bracket, you need to specify the size. And you need to put here, remember, it is curly braces. Okay. So now you need to use curly braces. And you need to specify whatever is the list of values. So those lists should be separated by comma. So here you can see that I have given float total 5. So here I am going to store the type as floating point. So that is why I have given float total 5. So here you can see that I have added floating point values into my array. So here, if I do something like this, what will happen? My total of that is total of 0 would be 3.0. Internally, total of 1 would become 1.75. Total of 2 would be 6.76. It will go on like that. So my last value would be 4.5. So that is the first case. Okay. So internally what is happening? It will take continuous memory somewhere in my memory. Remember that it would be continuous locations. Okay. So the first location, so somewhere some location that is 5 locations are given for this array. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So 5 location continuous memory locations are located for that total. And in the first location, I'll be having 0. The second location, it would be 1.75. Then the third, it would be 6.76. And next, it would be 5.96. Then it would be 4.5. That is what is happening. Similar to that, if I say int number 4, so int number 4 means what happens? Number 4. That is my declaration, right? So somewhere inside my memory, I'll have 4 continuous locations allocated for this array. And you can see that I have given only 2 values. That is, the first location would be 5. The second location would be 3. The next 2 locations will be initialized with zeros. So if it is okay, please message in this chat. So Sandesh is okay, Zahan okay, Mufas okay, Harsha okay. Okay. So now I'll show you a small program where I have used different types of initialization, that is compile time initialization. So here you can see that I've started hash include stdio.h and I have written void main. Now you can see that if I say int number 5 is equal to 53, the example that I've shown right now. So if I have to display the values, that is, I have to display 5 locations, right? 5 array locations. 5 array locations means what will I have to do? What needs to be used here in order to display 5 locations? So I want to display the array, that is number, whatever are the elements in the array number has to be displayed. Now tell me what has to be used here in order to display those elements. So why no response? What has to be used here? I am trying to display the elements in that array. So there is no one who knows the answer. If you know the answer, you can either unmute and speak or you can message in the chat. Either is fine. But I need some kind of response. So still no response. You don't know what you have to do in order to display different things. So Ashwin is saying like I want to have printf. Okay, if I give one print statement, I'll be able to display one element, right? I have to display many elements in that array. So what I'll have to use? Yeah, Dilna is correct. Yeah. So I need to use a looping statement because I need to iterate within that array. Okay. So I have two elements. So for printing two elements, it would be easy. I have to give two print statement. That would be fine. But suppose I have an array of 50 elements. In that case, it won't be possible, right? I cannot go and write 50 different print statements. But instead of that, I can simplify that and I can use a loop. So I'm using the for loop. So you can see that I'm using the for loop. So because the size of my array, it is 5. I know the size. So I'm saying like for I is equal to 0, I less than 5, I plus plus, I am displaying the elements. So because it is an int array, I'll be using %d and I'm displaying the different locations. So the first you can see that I is equal to 0. So that means in the first case, I'll have number of 0. Then I would be incremented. I will have number of 1. Then I'll have number of 2, etc. up to 5. That is less than 5. It will go from 0 to 4. So if it is okay, please message in the chat. So that is how I can display the various elements in that array. Even though I know that only 2 elements are there, but I have initialized or I have given the size to be 5. So I have to go till the end. So that is why I have given I less than 5 because I am going to the limit of that array. So if you have understood that part, please message in the chat. So Matthew's okay. What about others? Okay. Ashwin, Amal, okay, fine. So only 3 people have understood. Okay, Abhirami. Okay. So we'll move on. So next you can see that I have declared another array. So here you can see that again I have initialized it, but I did not give a size here. So I have given directly the elements 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this is possible when it is a compile time initialization. I have already given what are the elements in my array. So automatically the size would be taken. So this is possible for compile time. So I need not specify the size because I have already told what are the elements inside my curly braces. So here I have tried to display those elements. So here also the loop would be similar. I is equal to 0, I less than 5, I plus plus. I have displayed the elements of that count. So here, that is the difference I want to show you people. That is, I did not give the size. I have just told what are the elements that should be there in my array. So I need not specify the size. So if it is okay, please message in the chat. So that is possible only in the case of compile time initialization, where I have already specified what are the elements that needs to be there inside my array. So the compiler would automatically understand that I require a size of 5. So Matthew is okay. What about others? Okay. So Abhinav, Ashwin, Atulya, okay. Siddharth, okay. So only these many people are here. Okay, Siddharth, Naveen, Atulya, okay. Okay. So we'll move on. So next you can see that I have given int test 5. And here what the aim is, my aim is that I need to have, I'm showing you different types of initialization, okay? So that is why I have added different types so that you will know all these are possible. So here what I have done is test 5. So what will happen? 5 locations would be given for that array, right? So here 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. So that is my test 5. But here what I want to do is only this would be my 0th location, first location, the location 2, then it would be 3, then it would be 4, right? So what I want to do is the second location. So second location, I want to have a value of 0. So automatically the other locations would become 0. So that is my aim. I want to specify that this particular location has to have a value. Other locations can be initialized with zeros. So that is what I have done there. So here, this is also possible. So here you can see that I have used the same loop and I have displayed the elements of that test. So if it is okay, please message in the chat. So that that type of initialization is also possible. So if it is okay, please message in the chat. So I'm telling whatever is the location inside my curly braces. Okay. So next what you can do is the one that I've already shown you, that is float total, and I have given 5 locations. So that means again I can display the state, the array, that is why I've used this printf, the loop, and you can see that total of 5. So that means the values corresponding to this total would be displayed. And similar to that, I can also have a character array. So character array means character, word, and I've given one this thing, that is hello. So here you can see that here there is a slight difference. That is, normally the end should be terminated by /0, which indicates null character. So now you have to initialize that in this manner so that you'll know where is the end of that string. So here I have displayed that also. So you can see I is equal to 0, I less than 6, I plus plus, and I've tried to display that word. So if it is okay, if you have understood the program, please message in the chat. So now you have the complete program. So for strings, you will learn in the later chapters. That is, you will check the end of the string with that /0. So that is why I have added that /0 at the end. So my string is hello, and I want to check the end. That is why I have added one more character, that is a null character. So why no response? You didn't understand? Is there any doubt regarding this small program? So Atulya is okay. What about others? So Abhinav, okay. Ashwin, okay. Siddharth, Fatima. So only 4 people are there who understood. Okay, Neha, Amal, Naveen. Okay, Trasa. Sahan, okay. So we will move on. So you can see this is my output. So here you can see that 5, 3, and after that I am having zeros because I need to have an array of 5, and I have told like I need to have 2 values as the initial value. So I'll have 5, 3. After that you can see all the locations are 0. Similar to that, in the next case, you can see that I've given 5 locations. So you can see 5 elements are there, and I have displayed those values. In the next case, you can see that whatever I have told, like the location 2 should be a 9. So here you can see that location 2 is a 9 and others are 0. In the next case, you can see that floating point values are given. So floating point values would be there in those locations. And in the last case, you can see that I've displayed a hello. So I have that hello in my array. So I hope there is no doubt regarding this. So we'll move on. So next is the runtime initialization that we will be normally using in our programs. So runtime initialization means an array can be explicitly initialized at runtime. It can be used for initializing large arrays. That is, if I want to say I need to have an array of 100 locations, I cannot go and initialize all those values, right? I don't have to do that. I can ask the execution time. I can ask for the values, so that it will be known as the runtime initialization. That is at the time of execution. So for runtime execution, either you can use a loop and you can add the values depending upon the condition, or what you can do is you can use a normal scanf statement and you can read the values. So here you can see that I have declared the array. I did not initialize any values because I'm going to read values into the array. So in order to read values into the array, similar to the previous case, I'll be using a for loop. So here you can see that I have given a print statement, enter the values, and I is equal to 0, I less than 10, I plus plus. I have given a scanf statement, similar to what you do with normal variables. So here you can see that %d ampersand a of I, because I need to read the array elements into the corresponding location. So that is why you need to do ampersand a of I. And in order to display the values, I can just give a printf the array elements are, I can give this statement. So I am printing the array values. If I do it, I'll be getting, that is, I have entered different values into that array, and I'll be getting those values as the elements of that array. So if it's okay, please message in the chat. So that is the runtime initialization. So Albert is okay, Anne-Marie okay, Amal okay. So only 3 people are here. Abhirami okay. Matthew okay. Ashwin, Jishnu. Okay. So now we will move on and we'll go to a program that is sum and average. This is your next lab program. So sum and average. So this is the program that you have to do in your lab. So hash include stdio.h. Here you can see that I am going to display the sum of the elements. So I need to have a variable called as sum. And similar to what you have done in your previous programs, you need to have an initial value because we'll be adding on to the previous value. So you need to initialize that sum to be 0. Then you know that that average would be a floating point value. So that is why I have declared the data type to be float. And I'm asking the user to enter the values. So I'm asking the user to enter the numbers. So I have used a for loop, I is equal to 0, I less than 10, I plus plus. Then scanf percentage %d ampersand a of I. Now you can see that I need to add the values. All the elements of the array needs to be added together. So here you can see that again I have to use an for loop because I need to iterate within that array. So I need to take the first location, that is, you can see this is equal to sum is equal to sum plus a of I. So I have used the shorthand notation. So here you can see that in the first case, sum is equal to what? 0 plus a of I would be 0, right? So a of 0. So whatever the user has entered as the first value would be taken into the sum. So now the sum is updated. In the second case, it would be what? Sum is equal to whatever is that sum. First, we'll call it as sum 1. So here it would be sum 1 plus a of 1 because of that for loop. So it will keep on repeating until the end of the loop. So I'll be getting a value, whatever is my sum. So now you can see that average. Now you need to do something here. It is called as typecasting, explicit type conversion. So I need to, you know that sum is a int value, but I need to have the result in a float. So here I am typecasting it to be float sum by 10, and I'm displaying the values. So if I do it, I'll be getting, that is, enter the values I have entered for that is 1, 2, 3 up to 10 I have entered. You can see the sum of elements is 55 and the average is 5.5 because 55 by 10 should give me a 5.5. So if it is okay, please message in the chat. If you have any doubts regarding this program, you can ask. So Abhirami, Atulya, okay, fine. Sandesh, okay. So only 5 or 6 people have understood. What about others? Okay, Fatima, Tirtha, okay. Then we'll do this program. This is the next program for your lab, that is linear search. So we'll see what is searching and sorting first before we do that program. So there are two most frequent operations that are performed on arrays. So searching is the process of finding the location of the specified element in a list. So the specified element is often called as the search key. So if the process of searching finds a match, the search is said to be successful. Otherwise, it is unsuccessful. So most commonly used search techniques are linear search and binary search. So as per your syllabus, you have to learn only linear search. So linear search is the simplest thing. So I didn't add I didn't add into my slide the information corresponding to sorting. So I hope you know what is meant by sorting. What is sorting? We'll learn bubble sort in a later class. So that is why I didn't add the content for that. So sorting means what? Searching means if I give you a list and I'm asking to search for an element in that list, that would be searching. Sorting is what? What is sorting? Yeah. So Vishnu arranging, Zahan arranging values in a regular order. Yeah. So your roll numbers are arranged in a particular order, right? So it's an alphabetical sort that has happened there. So either you can go for an ascending order. So your roll number would be in an ascending order. You have started from A and it would end with Z. That is, Zahan is the last roll number. It is because of that alphabetical sort. You can do it in the reverse order. That would be a descending order sort. So Zahan would have been the first roll number and Abhinav would have become the last roll number. If we have gone for the reverse sort. So we'll see about sorting in a later class. So today we'll see what is meant by searching, that is linear search. So normally, suppose I give you a list. So say I have given you a list of 100 numbers. And I'm asking you to check whether 6 is present in that number. What will you do? So remember that 100 numbers can be anything. It's a random list. Random list means there is no sorting. The list, it can be first number might be 100, the second number might be 200, then it can be a 10, or it can be -1. So it's a random list. So I'm asking you to find whether 6 is present in that list or not. So what would be the logic that you would apply in that case? So Abhijit is saying like x by 6 is equal to 1. I didn't understand the logic, Matthew. Can you please tell me what is that? Matthew, Abhijit. You can unmute and speak, Matthew. I need to know why you said x by 6 is equal to 1. Matthew, Abhijit, please unmute and speak. Okay. I think sometimes you are able to speak and sometimes you have a mic problem. Anyway, why did you say like x by 6 is equal to 1? What logic is that x by 6 is equal to 1? I've given you a list of 100 numbers and I'm asking you to find whether 6 is present in that list or not. If number is equal to 6 and I've told like it's a random list. If number is equal to 6, then x by 6 is equal to 6. What is that x then? X by 6 is equal to 6. X is equal to number. So you're saying like I need to do 100 by 6. So as per Matthew, I should do 100 by 6 is equal to 6. I didn't understand the logic here. So suppose it is a list of 200 numbers, what you'll do, Matthew? You'll say like 200 by 6 is equal to 6. Any other response? So you have to give me a response for this in order for me to continue. So there's a small question that I've given you. So you have to divide all the number by 6. Okay. Okay. Matthew saying like I have to take one number, I have to divide it by 6. And why, Matthew? Why you need to divide and all? So I understood what Matthew is trying to say. Any other response? So I'll give attendance only to Matthew, Abhijit, because I don't think others are here. So should I remove everyone else from the meeting and take class only for Matthew Abhijit? So yeah, Ashwin has given me an answer. Like I have to check each one from 1 to 100. That is the first element to the 100th value. And we need to check whether it is 6. So that is the correct logic, Ashwin. So normally that is what you would do, right? You would take one number, you will take 6 and you will take the other number from that list and you'll check whether both are same or not. Okay, that small logic is required. That is the only logic that you require here, right? Have you understood what I'm trying to say or what Ashwin is trying to say? Still no response. Okay, so Matthew was correct, but you don't have to divide it. You just need to compare it, whether they are equal or not. If they are equal means that would be the correct number, right? You don't have to go and divide it and check because you have your number. You can compare 6 and 6. Why you don't have to divide it and check? So that is the logic behind linear searching. So linear search is a sequential search. You will have some number to be searched. So I have given you an array. So this is my list. I have one list, a small list where I have some number for some elements in that array. And I want to search whether one is present in that array or not. So that is my aim. So what I'll take is I'll take one as my search key and I'll take the first element that would be the 6, right? So I'll check whether it is matching 6 and 1. They are not matching. Then I'll move on to 8. So I'll check whether they are matching or not. So it does not match. Then I'll check whether 1 is matching with 5. It does not match. Then I'll check 1 and 4. It does not match. And I'll reach 1, right? So if 1 and 1, if they equal, I'll say it is a match. So that is the logic behind linear search and sequence or the sequential search. If it is okay, please message in the chat. So I need to pick one element each and I need to do a small comparison. So if it's okay, please message in the chat. Okay, Atulya, Maria, Ashwin, Neha, Irene, okay. So this is the linear search. So if I have to write a program corresponding to that, I'll do one thing. You can try it out. So try that program. I'll give you till say 11:15. So try this program. This is the logic. So don't copy and paste from somewhere. Try to do this program. And after you complete, let me know in the chat. So you can take say till 11:20 you can take. So, what is your status, Abhinav? Abhinav Purushothaman.
Going, ma'am.
Share your screen.
Yes, ma'am. Just a minute.
Okay.
Ma'am, screen visible ആണോ?
Abhirami, just a second. Abhirami is the one who has messaged, right? You can give any numbers, Abhirami. I just gave you an example. Yeah. Enter the number to be checked. And like something is missing here, Abhiram.
Yes, ma'am. I'm trying to find out.
Yeah. In order to check each of the elements, what you would require there, the condition is correct, but you have to check each one of the element, right? So one more thing is required there.
Okay, ma'am. I'll find out. Just a minute.
Okay. Abhirami would be doing it correctly, I think. Abhin, what about Abhin?
ചെയ്തോണ്ടിരിക്കുകയാണ്.
Share your screen.
Okay. അത് പോയി കാണാം, സൈറ്റ് ഓപ്പൺ ആവുന്നില്ല.
Hmm?
രണ്ട് മിനിറ്റ് ഇപ്പൊ ആക്കാം, അത് മുഴുവൻ പോയി.
Okay. You be ready. I'll ask you just now. Adarsh, share your screen.
മാം ഞാൻ ഇപ്പോഴാണ് ക്ലാസ് കയറിയത്, കറണ്ട് ഇല്ലായിരുന്നു.
You logged in just now. When? I have disabled the Meet auto admit. So how did you log in?
ഞാൻ 10:30 ആ ടൈമാണ് കറണ്ട് പോയത്.
Oh, in between current went off.
യെസ് മാം.
Okay. Adil.
ചെയ്യുന്നുണ്ട് മാം, ഇപ്പൊ ഇതാക്കാം. വെയിറ്റ്.
Okay. Ajal.
യെസ് മാം.
Share your screen.
മാം ചെയ്തോണ്ടിരിക്കുകയാണ്, ഫുള്ള് സിൻടാക്സ് എററാണ്.
Okay, share your screen. Let me check what it is. Ashwin has completed it. Just a second, Ashwin. I'll come back to you. Ajal, share your screen.
മിസ് വരുന്നുണ്ടാ?
Okay. Okay, just a second. Enter the name. 100. Okay. Enter the number. Okay, what is the syntax error? I'm not able to see your program correctly. If count, just a second, just be. Okay, I hope you're doing it, Ajal. You're not copy paste from somewhere. Alan.
യെസ് മാം.
Show me your screen.
മാം ചെയ്തിട്ടില്ല, കിട്ടിയിട്ടില്ല.
Whatever you are doing right now, you share the screen. I need to know the status. Show the program. What is this program? Enter the number. What is this program, Alan? What were you doing till now?
മാം ഇതല്ല. സോറി മാം, ഒരു മിനിറ്റ്. ഇതല്ല മാം, 1 സെക്കൻഡ്.
Okay. Where is the current program, Alan? What were you doing till now?
മാം ഞാൻ ചെയ്തിരുന്നത്.
It vanished, Alan?
നോ മാം, ഞാൻ ആദ്യം ഇത് കമ്പനി വർക്ക് ആകാത്തതുകൊണ്ട് ഞാൻ ഓൺലൈൻ കമ്പനിയിൽ ചെയ്തായിരുന്നു.
So where is it?
ഇവിടെ അത്
That is there, right? One of the tabs is online GDB, I think. So take that. Albert, share your screen. Albert is here.
Yes, I'm doing it.
Share your screen. I need to know the current status.
Ma'am, is it shared?
Yeah, where's the program? Okay. Yeah, I think you would get it. Okay, continue doing it. So I don't know what you have done. Check is equal to I. I don't know what you're doing. Amal, share your screen. Whatever is the current status, that is what I want to know, Amal. So share your screen. So it might not be correct for people who are doing it for the first time. That is fine. So Amal, I didn't see. Enter the number else. Okay, there should be a small change there. So Amal, continue doing it. I'll tell you how to do it anyway. Anseli, share your screen.
Yes, ma'am.
So I think I will ask Abhirami also. Abhirami, share your screen. Okay, Anseli, you have, this is what you have done, Anseli, by yourself? Anseli? Anseli, are you able to hear?
Yes, ma'am.
Anseli, just a second, you can message in the chat, that is fine, Anseli. I just want to know whether you have done the program by yourself. Anseli, you don't have any programming background, right? So how did you do it in with that logic? Anseli, Sunny. So, Anseli, you should call me after the class. Alan, share your screen.
Yes, ma'am. Ma'am, 1 minute.
Okay.
മാം അത് ഞാൻ പ്രോഗ്രാമിംഗ് മറ്റേ ഓൺലൈൻ സി കമ്പയർ ചെയ്തിന് എന്നിട്ട് ലെഫ്റ്റ് അത് അടിച്ച് കഴിഞ്ഞപ്പോ അത്
Where is that?
പറഞ്ഞില്ല സേവ് ആക്കി
Eh?
മാം അത് സേവ് ആക്കിയിട്ടില്ലായിരുന്നു സേവ്
Okay. If you're doing it in online compilers, you can take an account there so that your programs would be there.
മാം ഞാൻ കോഡ് ബ്ലോക്സ് യൂസ് ചെയ്യുന്നുണ്ടായിരുന്നു പക്ഷെ അതിപ്പോ ചെയ്തിട്ട് ആവുന്നില്ലായിരുന്നു അതാ ഞാൻ പിന്നെ അത് യൂസ് ചെയ്തത്.
Okay. So right now I'm not using code block because I also had an issue with it. I'm using Atom.
Okay.
So Ansari, you can stop sharing your screen. Angel,
Yes, ma'am.
share your screen. Angel also is using the same logic, right? So how did you do it, Angel? So both Angel as well as Ansari has to call me after the class. Abhirami. Abhirami is here.
Ma'am,
Share
yes,
your
ma'am.
screen.
Hello, ma'am.
Yeah, share your screen. Angel, you can stop sharing your screen. You have to call me after the class. Abhirami, share your screen.
Ma'am, 1 minute, please.
Okay. Okay, did you get it? Did you get the output, Abhirami?
Ma'am, output കിട്ടുന്നില്ല എന്തോ ഒരു മിസ്റ്റേക്ക് ഉണ്ട്.
Okay, you have learned C, right?
C++ ആ വിളിച്ചത്.
You have studied C++.
Yes.
So linear search would be there also, right? The logic is the same.
ബട്ട് എന്തോ പ്രശ്നമുണ്ട്. Five is in
6 is 5 is in present, so logic is not correct. So okay, try to check it.
Okay.
Anne Maria,
Yes, ma'am.
share your screen.
തുടങ്ങിയതേ ഉള്ളൂ, കുറച്ചാവുന്നതേ ഉള്ളൂ.
Whatever is the status, I want to see that.
Okay, ma'am.
So what were you doing till now, Anne Maria? And why have you used int numbers is equal to and that too with a square bracket? You're trying to initialize. Did I ask you to do the program like this? Anne Maria?
Yes,
So Anne
ma'am.
Maria also called me after the class.
Okay, ma'am.
Anuranj,
Yes, ma'am.
share your screen. Did you get the output, Anuranj?
കിട്ടിയില്ല പക്ഷെ എന്തോ മിസ്റ്റേക്ക് ഉണ്ട്.
Okay, Ashwin, try to correct it, Anuranj. Ashwin, share your screen.
Okay, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
ഇത് ആയിട്ടില്ല, ഫുൾ ആയിട്ടാ.
Okay, you can continue doing it. Ashwin K, you have got the output, right? Ashwin K.
Ma'am.
Okay, show the output. One is okay. Ashwin, what you have to do is you have given like one is present in the array. That is fine. You need to display the location also, Ashwin. So slightly change the code. Location also needs to be displayed.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay. Atulya.
Yes, ma'am.
Show the output. I mean, show the screen.
Error, ma'am.
It is okay. I just want to know whether you're doing it or not. Just a second. Take the program. Enter the number of elements in an array. Okay. You're just given that statement. Okay, fine. Okay.
Sorry.
Six is not present in the array. That is correct. If it is present, you are not able to display the output. That is what, Atulya?
Present അതെന്തോ ഫോർ ലൂപ്പിന് എന്തോ ഒരു ഇത് പ്രസന്റ് ഇത്
Okay,
പ്രസന്റ്
try.
ഉണ്ടെങ്കിലും എൽസ് പാർട്ട് വർക്ക് ചെയ്യുന്നു.
Okay, try to check it. Nibun Das, what is your status?
ചെറിയ മിസ്റ്റേക്ക് ഉണ്ട്.
Okay, share your screen. Okay, for loop. What have you done, Nibun? You have to enter the elements first, right? Enter the number, enter the elements have to be entered into the array first. So for that, one for loop would be required. So whereas, okay, don't initialize the array. You have to enter it, okay?
Okay.
So Dalvin, share your screen. Okay, Ajal has completed it. Okay, Ajal.
Complete ಆಯ್ತು.
Okay, share your, I mean, I want to see the code, Dalvin. What were you doing till now, Dalvin? Think you have started just now. Dalvin.
Confusion చేయಬೇಕು.
Eh?
Complete ಆಯ್ತು.
Were you doing or were you doing something else? Dalvin.
Complete ಆಯ್ತು ma'am.
Eh? I'm asking you whether you were doing something else during the class.
No.
Okay. Dilna, share your screen. Okay, Dilna, did you get the output?
No, ma'am.
Okay, just a second, Dilna. Dilna, you have come from a programming background, so it is okay. I think you're trying to do it. Okay, fine. Continue. Diya,
Yes, ma'am.
share your screen. Okay, did you get the output?
No, I don't get it.
Just a second. Don't, yeah. Enter the numbers. You have started right now. Dia?
No, ma'am. No, no.
Okay, continue doing it. Elsita? Okay, Elsita, you can share it through WhatsApp. Okay, fine. Fatima, Shana?
Yes, ma'am.
Share your screen. Okay. Where's your screen? Okay, I hope you're doing it, Fatima. Okay, fine. Harsha, share your screen. Okay, Harsha, you are also doing it. Jishnu,
Yes, ma'am.
share your screen. So others also be ready with it. Jishnu, where's
Okay,
the
ma'am.
screen? I didn't
Ma'am.
see the screen. Okay, hope you are doing it, Jishnu. Joel,
Yes, ma'am.
share your screen. Okay, Atulya has completed it. Okay, fine, Atulya. Okay, Jishnu, I hope you are doing it. I mean, Joel, okay. Joseph, share your screen. So others who have already shown me the program, you can leave the meeting and you can join by 11:50. Others stay back. Okay, Joseph, I hope you are doing it. Karthik,
Yes, ma'am.
show me the screen. Okay, I hope Karthik you are also doing it, but yeah, okay, you are doing it. Malavika, share the screen. Okay. Yeah, I think you are doing something. Okay, Malavika. Maria, share the screen. Maria, you have just started it. What were you doing till now?
ഞാൻ നോക്കി ചെയ്തുകൊണ്ടിരിക്കുകയായിരുന്നു.
Okay, I hope you are doing it. Matthew Abhijit, share your screen. Okay, Maria, you can go for the break. Matthew Abhijit is not here. Okay, you are doing it. I hope you are doing it. Okay, Mufas. Mufas, share your screen. Mufas, did you start it just now? You already know programming, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Then why did you do it here only?
Some errors.
Okay. Nachiketas, share your screen. Okay, you also are doing it. Okay, fine. Nandana, share your screen.
Yes. Is it visible?
No.
Just a minute.
Okay. So by the time, okay, you can send me the screenshot in WhatsApp, Nandana.
Okay.
Naveen, share your screen.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Okay, Naveen, you have to make small changes there. I'll let you know what you have to do. Neha, share your
Yes, ma'am.
screen. Share your screen. Okay, Neha. Okay, you're trying to do it. Okay, fine. Nigel, share your screen. Okay, Nigel, I hope you are not copy pasting it from somewhere. Anaga. Anaga's here. Okay, Anaga, I'm not able to see what you're doing. But anyway, it's fine. So you can go and have your tea or something. Pranav. Pranav, share your screen.
Screen visible. Is the screen visible?
Screen is not visible. Yeah, it's coming. Okay, just a second, Pranav, don't leave. Pranav, you have programming background. Okay, fine. You may leave. Pratwin. Access Pratwin, no? Pratwin.
Yes, ma'am.
Share your screen.
Visible.
Yeah, program is not visible. Okay, I know you would be trying it. Okay, you can leave. Sayanth.
Yes, ma'am.
Share your screen.
Yes,
So
ma'am.
others, be ready with your presentation. I'll be asking everyone today.
Ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Where is the program? Okay, you are doing it. Okay, fine. Sayanth. Sandesh, share the screen. Sandesh is not here. Okay, Sandesh, you are also doing it. Fine. Saranga.
Yes, ma'am.
ma'am.
No.
Um,
Okay. Why you have done till here only?
yes, ma'am.
Okay, I hope you are doing it, Saranga. Okay, fine. Shalvin,
Yes, ma'am.
share your screen.
ചെയ്തോണ്ടിരിക്കുകയാണ്.
Okay, Shalvin, I hope you are doing it. Okay, fine. Sean,
Yes, ma'am.
share your link. Share your screen. Okay, Sean, I hope you are doing it. Okay, fine. Next is Siddharth, no? Siddharth Keshav.
Yes, teacher.
Okay, share the screen.
Miss, screen is visible.
Yeah, program. Okay, you are doing it. Okay, fine. Sonu. Sonu, are you going to share your screen? Okay. Okay, I hope you are doing it. Okay, Sonu. Surya,
Yes, ma'am.
share your screen. Okay, I hope you are doing it, Surya. Tirtha,
Yes, ma'am.
okay, Tirtha. There is a mistake in the code. One loop is missing. Tirtha. Thomas,
Yes, ma'am.
share the screen. Where is the rest of the code, Thomas? And just a second, Thomas, take the program once again. Elements of the array. Enter the value. Where are the elements in that array? You didn't enter that, no? So you have to change the code, Thomas. Tressa,
Yes, ma'am. Share ചെയ്യാൻ പറ്റുന്നില്ല.
okay, you take one screenshot and send me that in my WhatsApp. Vishnu,
Yes, ma'am. Visible ആണോ?
no, you didn't share the screen, right? Okay, it's coming. Yeah, it is coming. Okay, where's the program? Okay, I hope you are doing it. Okay, fine. Vismaya, share me the screen.
Ma'am, visible ആണ്.
Program is not visible. Where is the program, Vismaya? Okay, you do one thing, you take one photo and send me in WhatsApp. Okay? Okay, Zahan,
Yes, ma'am.
share the screen. Okay, why you didn't get, you have programming background, right? Zahan, I think you did not get the output. Why?
Compile ആവുന്നില്ല.
Okay, so correct it. Okay, fine.
അത്
So, okay, you make the changes, necessary changes.
കിട്ടുന്നില്ല പക്ഷെ എന്ത് ഇതായിട്ടാണ്.
I will show the program in my theory class, okay?
Okay.
Okay.
Ma'am.
Okay. Who's it, Anshi?
Ma'am,
Oh, Anshi.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, I think I didn't ask you, right?
No,
Okay,
ma'am.
Anshi,
Let me
share
share
me the
my
screen.
Okay, ma'am.
Yeah. I don't know why I skipped you. Okay. Share the screen. Okay, did you get the output, Anshi? Anshi, did you get the output? Hello? Are you able to hear me, Anshi?
Yes, ma'am. I've got it. I've just tried it.
Okay, fine. So you can join in the theory link. Okay?
Okay, ma'am. Okay, ma'am.
Okay.
മാം ഞാൻ ചെയ്തായിരുന്നു.
Ben, share the screen.
മാം എന്റെയും ചെയ്തിരുന്നു.
Okay, you both can share the screen. Okay, did you get the output, Ben? Okay, give some numbers. Okay, Adil, just a second. Someone was presenting, right? Abin was presenting, I think. I didn't see the output, Abin. Okay, Adil, either Abin or Adil present it first.
Okay, stop ചെയ്യാം. ഞാൻ സ്റ്റോപ്പ് ചെയ്താ.
Okay, Abin, show me the output once again. Okay, number to be checked. If it is 7, enter 7. Enter the number to be checked. It is 5. That 5 is present there, no? So where is the output? Number should be present. So it is not coming. Okay. You can take a break, Abin. I will let you know how to do that in my theory class. Okay. Adil, share the screen. Okay. Okay, Adil. Give one input where the number is not present. Okay. So Adil, you have got it. Okay, fine. So you can join in the theory class.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay.